Janvi was the most beautiful young widow of Jahanvi village. So beautiful that people often forgot to breathe when they saw her. Her skin was fair like silver dissolved in milk, glowing softly when touched by the first golden rays of the morning sun, as if a divine sculptor had shaped her from gold and silver together.
Her eyes were large and deep black, always carrying a strange sadness, the kind of sorrow that only belongs to those who have lost everything. But this unmatched beauty was not a blessing for Jahanvi, it was a burden, like a precious diamond lying unnoticed in a coal mine, admired by many, understood by none. One night, after closing her small flower stall, Jahanvi walked home, exhausted. Just as she was about to reach her house, her hand reached into her bag, and her heart sank. Her phone was missing. She had forgotten it at the shop. That broken, second-hand phone was her entire world, her online courses, her hopes, her only connection to a better future. It sank. By now, the night had grown darker. The village lanes were completely deserted. Shops were closed, no people in sight. As she hurried back, she suddenly felt as if someone was walking behind her. She heard faint footsteps. Turning around, she saw nothing but silence. "It's just my imagination," she whispered to herself and kept walking. But what happened that night in that lonely street shook her soul. Jahanvi's life had once been full of smiles. She had been married to Arjun, a simple laborer who loved her more than his own life. But that happiness lasted only 4 months. One tragic day, a speeding truck crushed Arjun's bike. From that moment, Jahanvi's smile disappeared forever. Now she lived with her parents in a broken, crumbling house. Her mother, Savitri, suffered from severe heart disease. Any stress or exertion could take her life. Most of their monthly income vanished into medical expenses. Her father, Ramnath, had suffered a paralytic stroke 2 years earlier. He lay confined to bed, unable to speak or walk, his pain trapped silently in his open eyes. That house felt less like a home and more like a living grave. Jahanvi had only 2 choices, beg or fight. She chose to fight. Near the village temple, she set up a tiny flower stall, nothing more than a rotting wooden plank and a bamboo basket buzzing with flies. Every morning before sunrise, while the world slept, she walked to the fields to pluck flowers. Thorns pierced her hands, wounds bled, but she never stopped. Selling flowers should have been her salvation, but even there, her beauty became her curse. Men, young and old, stared at her shamelessly. Some stood for hours pretending to buy flowers. Some touched her fingers while handing over money. Others whispered filthy comments that burned her soul. Each evening, she returned home carrying not just exhaustion, but invisible scars.
Her broken phone became her escape, a window to another world. She had seen videos of people earning money online through courses. She began watching AI tutorials, dreaming of a life where she wouldn't have to face those cruel eyes anymore. But her 50-rupee monthly data pack barely lasted 5 days. Videos stopped halfway, lessons remained unfinished.
One night, frustrated and broken, she threw the phone aside and cried into her pillow. "I want to become something, but poverty won't let me. Is this my fate?" That night, someone heard her prayer. Not God, but something else. At the edge of the village stood an abandoned mansion, feared by all. Long ago, it belonged to Vikram Singh, a cruel landlord who ruined countless innocent girls. When villagers finally killed him, he cursed them with his dying breath. "I will return and take the most beautiful woman as my bride."
His soul transformed into a powerful jinn, trapped within the mansion, waiting. And that night, he noticed Jahanvi. Days passed. Savitri's health worsened. Medicines were no longer enough. Then one night, the jinn appeared before Jahanvi near her shop, dark-skinned, muscular, with burning red eyes and sharp horns. "I am the answer to your prayers," he said. Gold, jewels, wealth appeared before her eyes. "All this can be yours if you marry me."
Terrified but desperate, Jahanvi refused until her mother's condition became critical. The jinn returned, threatening her mother's life. Broken, Jahanvi agreed, on one condition: her parents would be safe forever. The jinn healed Savitri overnight. Wealth filled the house, but Jahanvi was given 7 days before she had to go to the mansion. In those 7 days, she searched desperately for a way out and found a tantric hermit who revealed the truth. The jinn's power lay in the mansion itself. On the final night, inside the transformed palace, Jahanvi tricked the jinn and descended into the hidden basement. There, she burned sacred herbs and chanted the mantra. The mansion shook. The jinn screamed in rage, but the spell pulled him back into the dark well where his power was sealed forever.
At dawn, Jahanvi returned home, free. The jinn's wealth slowly vanished, but her mother remained healthy. Jahanvi returned to her flower stall, not as a victim, but as a woman of strength. She continued learning, slowly building her future, because she had learned the truth. True power does not come from shortcuts or dark deals. It comes from courage, patience, and honest effort.